Hey, how's it going? All right. So I've had a couple questions about how I'll do bass, and so I thought I'd go over that. How I generally go about getting my bass sounds. All right. So when I first started, I kind of I didn't know any better, and I would just kind of record like one distorted bass. And not that there's anything wrong with that either. I'm just saying, before I had found this way, I should say. Yeah, I would just kind of record, just distorted bass, or whatever the bass part was, you know what I mean? And then I came across an article, I don't know, I think it might have been Sound on Sound or something, but I think the article is called Mixing Modern Metal Bass or something like that. And so I just kind of started doing that and noticed a big difference in the consistency of my low end in my mixes. So I just have kind of hung on to that way and experimented a little bit here and there and stuff. So I kind of loosely follow that, So yeah, so basically I record 3 DIs, one for the low end, one for kind of just like clarity, just mid-range kind of, just a cleaner bass tone, and then one like a distorted bass tone, and then if there's ever like a clean part where I just delete the distorted bass track, and that gives me just a cleaner bass tone, and that's pretty much how I do things, So we'll see what this sounds like. Here's just the DI. Okay, and then here's after what I've done to it. Okay, so we'll go through this. Virtual mic track, Stephen Slate, just to add some warmth, warmth, digital warmth. And then I high pass it at 80 hertz, low pass at 250. I found this plugin, it's kind of like a DI enhancer. It sounds pretty cool. Try not to overdo it, but so it sounds pretty cool. And then for the mid track, I've got, I'm using amplitude 4. Whoops. No cab. Using the SVT4 Pro, Ampeg, have these two engaged. Low gain. And then I'm using Gallion-Kruger 8x10. My 3 Sigma Audio. I absolutely love their impulses. I've used a lot of impulses, and yeah, they're amazing. And then let's see, high passing at 250, where the low one kind of left off, and then low pass around 5,000, sometimes 600, or 6,000. You just kind of do that to taste whatever your tone is, depending on and whatever you like personally. And then this one, the distorted tone, is the same tone, but it's just got it's got an overdrive, the diode overdrive. The tone all the way up, level all the way up, distortion kind of back. Again, same cab, no cab in here. And noise gate is on. And it sounds about like this. really clanky. You get that clanky thing going on. And so yeah, and then I send all three of those. I'm gonna go ahead and turn these off to save CPU. I went ahead and bounced those down. And then we'll go through all this. It's kind of a lot going on. It's pretty excessive, but it, you know, needed. Okay, so I've got all those sent to base bus. I basically just start off with a 60 high pass, and then I use a peak limiter. This is made by Antress. I think there's other stuff you can use. I have a newer one, I think, by Cakewalk, and sometimes I'll use that, and sometimes I'll even use Finality by JST. It just so happens in this one that I used this Antress one, but I use it on limit setting and just basically knocking off a dB. Just kind of idea, I guess, is you just kind of gradually kill the dynamics. You just get it super solid, you know. And then next I have a SSL channel, add some high end filters, 10:1 ratio. I think it's going 6 to 8 dB of gain reduction. I could have swore that this was on fast attack. I don't know. That's interesting. Anyway, add some high end, cut around 700 and 200. Kind of clear up some room for the snare drum, I think, you know, and cut at 100. Oh no, I was looking at the gate. That's what was going on there. I'm so smart. So yeah, fast attack, release of 50. Okay, and then next I do another peak limiter, but on the compression setting, and just knock off another dB. Cool. And then soft tube saturation knob is awesome. I love it. And then there's no way to compensate for the volume, because you just turn it up and it goes crazy loud. So I compensate with the EQ. Also did some EQ. So suck out some where the kick drum would be, some of the 150. Let's see, yeah, 150 mud, 258. It seems like a lot, but you know, and you can just do it to your own personal taste, but 460, 744, and then some spiky guys that were getting on my nerves. And then another EQ, add some in the low mids. And for guitar, I had boosted with the same EQ at 1000 by 3 dB, so I just took away 3 dB just to kind of separate the two. And then boost at 1.5, give it some of that attack, you know. And then a little bit more high end. And then right here, okay, multi-band compression. So this first band is going to be compressing up to 80 hertz, and then this one is going to be from 80 to 250. So you just kind of like compressing the low end differently, or leaving the high end kind of alone while compressing the low end. And all this stuff, it seems like at first you're sucking out a lot of the low end and stuff, but it all comes back right here when you compress this. So I'll let you hear that. So that's pretty cool. Just in case you were freaking out at first. What's he doing? Sucking out all the low end. And then basically I'm side chaining. So every time the kick hits, the bass will duck a little bit. So yeah, it's pretty effective. And then this is where I like, I'll experiment with stuff, and I just wanted to see what this would do because I had just gotten it, so I was just playing around. But it's the Drumforge DF Excite. So yeah, it's a drum plug-in, but it's never hurts anybody to have a little fun, right? And I think I forgot to level match it, and when I was actually doing stuff, I think I just turned it down or something. But here you go. So it's kind of mild when you do the level match, but it does something cool to the high end and probably the low end too. I have headphones on right now, so it's harder to tell. But so yeah, that's kind of what I do. Just process all these and then send them to a bus, and then process the bus, and pretty much you can, it all kind of ends up more solid that way. I've found anyway. So yeah, I hope this helps anyone. I think there's probably a million, bass tutorials on YouTube, but I've had some people ask me about my approach, and I've never really seen anybody mention that article that I came across, and it seems pretty intensive. But whoops, what'd I do? But yeah, so that's kind of it. You just kind of do a bunch of stuff and knock down the dynamics, and makes it more solid in the end. So that's kind of what I do. And thumbs up if you like the video, and subscribe if you would like to. I'm still getting the hang of the whole like screenshot with audio messing around in your DAW thing. I think I got the hang of it, but I'm probably missing some stuff still, but I'm trying. So yeah, if you notice anything that sounds off or anything, please feel free to let me know, because I'm trying to get the hang of it. But I'm going to try and do more gear stuff in the future, and more playthroughs and all kinds of stuff. So like and subscribe if you want. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. All right, take it easy, and thank you very much. Peace.